Let's talk about augments. Here's what it looks like to augment armor in Monster Hunter Rise. Now, here's what it looks like when somebody cheats in their augments. I want to be very clear, these augments are impossible to get from the game. If the game itself did not generate the augments, then they are cheated. You will never see augments like this on a legit augment roll. There are some strategies, however, that will allow you to get the augments you want without wasting a lot of time and resources and without having to edit your save file with impossible to obtain augments. Prior to last week, we had the look ahead method where you could turn off auto save, roll a bunch of augments to see what's coming up, and when you found one you liked, you could reload your game without saving and then queue up the piece of armor that you want that augment on. You'd get the same or nearly the same rolls the second time around as you did before. So you could take a sneak peek as to what was up ahead and plan out which augments you want to put on which armor pieces. With Title Update 5, however, even if you turn off autosave, the game will update your save file after each augment roll. Pretty sneaky, I know. Capcom really wants us to just eat their dog food exactly the way they serve it to us. So the look ahead method isn't really available to us anymore after Title Update 5. Or is it? One of the members from our Discord named Hero has tested out a method whereby you can get around this new Title Update 5 conundrum, at least if you're on PC. Use this method at your own risk. If you're a responsible adult, then make your own judgments for yourself and deal with the consequences. If you're not a responsible adult, then go watch one of my other videos instead. All right, so here's how it works. It's actually pretty simple. Before you start your look ahead augmenting, make a backup copy of your save game folder. Then do your look aheads, quit out, and restore the backup copy of your save folder. A little bit more cumbersome, but it doesn't require any kind of voodoo to manage it. This method does indeed work. Hero has tested it and has used it successfully. And so if you were one of those people who were using the look ahead method before, it's still available, even though Capcom has tried their best to get rid of it. If you're on Switch, you're probably out of luck. I don't know much about how save files and backups work over there on Switch, but someone will probably figure out how to do something similar. And then as Sunbreak comes out for the other two platforms, I know there are ways to restore older save files to PlayStation platforms. There's probably something similar for Xbox as well. Now, as for me, well, I'm okay with my terrible augments. I think the idea behind the augment system is for you to spin the RNG wheel and maybe get a little bit of a bonus on your gear. They aren't intended to add 20 more skill points to your set. So your expectations probably shouldn't be geared toward that. The look ahead method can save you on materials early on when you don't really have a lot to spend. But look at what I have in the end game. Literally thousands of rolls available to me. I get bored of rolling augments long before I run through enough materials to even notice a difference in my stockpile. So once you get this far into the game, you'll probably be in a similar situation. The game is just throwing augment material at me. The other nice thing that Look Ahead can do for you is if you're augmenting one piece and you get an augment that you just know will work better on another piece, then you can go back and re-roll everything on that other piece. Again, I personally just don't have the patience for it. So all that said, do I feel like Capcom is cheating me out of something, or do I feel jealous that other people sometimes get augments better than mine? I'd have to be really insecure about myself to actually feel that way. And honestly, I'm pretty comfortable with my own mediocrity. And in case you're wondering, no, I don't think Look Ahead is cheating. You're simply reverting to an older save file. If Capcom wanted to lock us out of that completely, they would put all our save files online and require us to log in every time we wanted to play. And there are actually games out there that do that. Another question I get asked in the comments from time to time is, what's wrong with cheating anyway? Why do you hate it so much? So I really think that question answers itself. But for those of you to whom it's not so obvious, I'll try my best to explain. Since this is a co-op game, some people think that cheating is harmless. People should be allowed to do what they want with their game. It's their computer, their data, they paid for the software. They're not getting any special advantage over you because, after all, it's a co-op game. They're not competing directly with you. So they have a right to do whatever they want to it. Now, let me be clear. I could not agree with that more. I am 100% with you on that sentiment. Everyone has the right to do whatever they want with their computer and their copy of the game and their own gameplay experience. But cheating in co-op games is not harmless. When your cheating affects the outcome of someone else's game experience, you have the potential to cause harm. A lot of people are okay with you coming in and one-shotting their urgent quest target. Most people are not okay with that kind of behavior. Likewise, when you cheat in so many augments that you have tripled the DPS of even the best players, and then you start joining people's quests online, you are seriously affecting the outcome of everyone else's game experience. You're robbing them of the reason why they paid for this game. You're preventing them from enjoying the game the way they want to. As soon as your actions start having negative consequences on other people, that's where I draw the line. So, speaking to the people who are coming into my sessions with their cheated augments and their boosted damage, think about that the next time you consider stroking your own ego by playing with impossible builds online. And yet, all the cheated augments in the world will not help you at all if you don't even know how to play your weapon. So I hope that clarifies my stance on this issue and why I don't like to see cheated augments in my multiplayer sessions. Tell me though, how do you feel about someone joining your session and busting out 500 DPS due to the cheated augments? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.